Hunting is not easy. It never has been. It takes dedication, motivation, a lot of patience, and quality gear. If you manage a food plot, put up stands, or need just one more game camera, we can help at MidwayUSA.com. We opened our doors in 1977 and continue to put customers first by offering super fast, same-day shipping. For just about everything for the outdoors, go to MidwayUSA.com. For almost 50 years, Midway USA has been America's go-to source for just about everything for shooting, hunting, and the outdoors. Go to MidwayUSA.com to see our latest deals and promotions and take advantage of our super fast same-day shipping. If you need a cooler, a new fishing rod, another rifle, ammo, or a reloading press, you can find it all at MidwayUSA.com. Thanks for your business.
Just be sitting up there jacked with Pepsi.
I'm there for the pack out. You just got to pack me in.
Committed to the bow early on. Like, I love getting close and putting up.
You cover a range of stuff on here too, right? Like,
we call this the THP World Headquarters.
You know, my grandpa Roy Weatherby.
I came into like that golden little pocket where there was like 4 or 5 different bulls. Just
You're Canadian? We're doing a Canadian podcast.
My name's Douglas Bode.
I'm Robbie Denning.
Roy Candy.
Oh, so it was a good trip, eh, bud?
Oh yeah, big time. Big time. Caught some massive fish, that's for sure. Big time.
The few looked like beasts. Like hogs.
Yeah. Like they're all like all the bigger ones are all over 40 inches. Pushing like 43 and then like getting into the upper high 20s to 30 pounds. Like that first one I caught was definitely at the 30 range or bigger. So
what's the record for that for those?
I think I know the Alberta record was like 38 pounds. So they get pretty they get pretty big. And like 52. I know my mom's caught a 52-inch pike. So
Jesus. I've never been pike fishing. Have you ever been sturgeon fishing?
Yeah, I've caught not like the big stuff, like the river sturgeon, like in the Fraser, but actually one of my friends, he's an outfitter for them. He's a guide. And actually my first day I went out with him, I caught a 60-inch lake sturgeon. So that's one of his best ones. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, those fish are Goliath. Like you get them to the surface and you need someone like marlin fishing. I don't know if you've ever went, but that's the same thing. You get them to the surface and you can't get them any further. Someone else has to bring them in by hand because the drag's maxed out on the reels.
Yeah, well, I know like halibut fishing, some like those big halibut, you can't even get them up. It's like,
you get them to the surface and that's it.
Yeah, you got to shoot them with a gun
down.
To kill them. But they're like over 300 pounds, some of those fuckers. Man, well, that's cool. I was just curious. I was wondering if they were like comparison of like the fight of those pike to a sturgeon.
It's short-lived, hey? Like the biggest thing, like they have a big spurt and then they go on a run and then they get another big spurt of speed and then basically it's whether or not like how like you got to have a good reel. That's a big thing. Like you got to, for those big fish, like we used to catch them ice fishing all the time. And that's a whole different thing. Like crazy. My dad caught one that was so big that they caught 243 inches in a row. And the second one, it was so fat that they had to drill a second hole for him because they couldn't get him through. He was just too big, right? But this is like kind of finesse. You got to really work them. You got to wear them down because otherwise you just lose them because they're so big. They get to the surface. If you try and muscle them in, they'll just get that leverage, and then thrash their head and then they rip the hook out and then they're gone. Or fish, like when you get the fish to the net. Same thing with lake trout. They get that leverage. If you don't have a good netter who knows what they're doing, they hook up on the net and your hook gets tangled and it gives them that leverage and then they just rip it out of their face. They give you that blank look pause and then they go back down to the bottom of the lake and you're just another fish story.
My kids, like fishing with my kids, hilarious because it's like they get so excited, especially when they see the trout and it gets close to the boat. It's like,
Yeah.
like it's the smallest fish, like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like this 10, 12-inch trout, but they get so excited and they start fucking losing their shit. So you're trying to scoop them in with a net, and they're
Yeah.
pushing the tip of the rod out because they're freaking out, or if it's
Oh,
flailing,
yeah.
or they're pulling it right out of the water. And
Yeah.
like, I swear, like 50% of the fish we never get in the boat because they're just like freaking out. It's like, you guys got to be chill. Like, just sit there, be cool, and I'll scoop it with the net. Like, I'll put the net in the water and I'll scoop it right out of the water. It'd be great.
Yeah, it's
They
funny.
can't
Like
figure it out.
even myself, I'm all like cold as a cucumber, super chill. And then you see they're like their back is like that wide. And you're like, okay, no, this is a good one. You're like, okay, I can't fuck this one up. I gotta like lock down now. And then you're like, oh shit. And then they come to the net and then they sprint away and you're like, oh shit. Like it's nerve-wracking. Like even when we were catching these big like 30-pound Lakers, it's nerve-wracking. You get them, you're all fine. You're like, oh, this is just another medium-sized fish. Then you get them to the boat and you kind of see they're like, oh yeah, it's a good one. And then you see how thick their back is. You're like, okay, this is like,
Yeah,
if I lose this fish, I'm gonna freaking cry.
it's game
But
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. When we used to fish on the Skeena River, we used to catch some pretty good spring salmon.
oh yeah,
And that, they're big, over 50 pounds. And like that same thing. And like you get them to the shore because you're fishing on shore and you're reeling them in. So you can't really
Mhm.
tell. But once you start getting them close, you can start seeing their fin and stuff. And then you're like, oh shit, it's a good one. And you
Yeah.
like, can't lose it. I can't lose it. The panic sets in.
Yeah. I guess I wasn't as nervous with the second one. We caught three really big fish that were like in that 40 plus range. But that first one I was nervous. Then after that, it's just
Yeah.
no, we're good. I know what to do. I even like on the second one, I netted them myself even.
Yeah.
You just got to stay calm. Just because, yeah, like it's just like elk hunting. Same thing. That first one, you're like, "Ah,
Yeah.
just punch. And then after that, and it's like, no, I know what to do. Shink, got him.
Yeah. Just more
But
chill.
yeah,
So is that catch and release all those things?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
is
all
there a
those big
limit?
guys.
Daily limit? Oh, okay.
Oh, you can bring a couple, but we just take some small eaters. We don't kill any of the big fish.
How do they taste?
Awesome, wicked. Same thing with walleye. We're just slaying them. Yeah, yeah.
So
Like
is there a daily limit to those, or is it just open?
it's possession. You just
Okay.
once you get your possession, then you
You go
just
in?
you chill out. Yeah, but like all those big pike, it's all catch and release. And then the last day, you just top up on your possession, so you're legal, and then freeze them and then head
Head
on
home.
home, right? Yeah, but it was delicious. Like, and my brother-in-law did a wicked shore lunch. It's just crazy.
So who
Yeah.
all went? Your brother-in-law?
Yeah, it was a boys' trip for Father's Day. So, my father went, my father-in-law, and my brother-in-law, just four boys. So it was wicked. Yeah, missed the family, but it was wicked. Yeah.
When do your boys get the chance to go up next year?
Or this
Is there
year, we're
any-
gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's a little bit tough. Everybody's pretty busy and just getting close to archery, hey? Like
Yeah.
opener. I put all of my applications in for my kids, minister draws, like frick. Cost me like $500, man. Freaking crazy now. They just upped all the tag allocation prices for applications and they consolidated the minister draws. So that'd be like I think it's any zone, any season. If you get drawn for that, and it's like a lottery, hey.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I
Yeah.
put the kids in for all of those. I put myself in, my wife, everybody. So just kind of waiting for those draw results. I think
When do they come out?
I think it's
Oops.
next month.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
They do another assessment even for antelope. Sometimes they delay it for the
Really?
draw results. Yeah. I think it's end like start of July, like pretty close in there, like the 10th, I think, 12th.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no
But,
one got any draws in this house.
It's pretty
I'm
tough.
surprised
these days.
Wyatt didn't get that. So I put him in for mule deer doe draw
Oh yeah.
just to give him the opportunity to stalk some mule deer with his bow. He hasn't got it, but it's funny because it's like a 50% draw, and this is his third year and he still hasn't got it. So who knows? But lottery
That's
system
weird.
for you.
That's the same
I
thing
love
like
the
my
lottery.
oh yeah. Like there's some benefits to that though. Like I don't know if I'm ever gonna hunt elk at this rate, like for a draw zone. Like it just keeps going up.
Oh,
Like
yeah, because they keep extending it. It's like 9,
yeah,
then 10, and then 11. So as you age, so does.
yeah,
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 that's
seriously.
frustrating. They got to
Like when I
figure out something there
started,
because, like, how do you even get? Yeah, because
I
at
don't
that rate,
know.
they're not going to give. Nobody's going to get any.
Like eventually I'll catch up, but right now it's like it's major creep. Like I was when I started putting in for it, it was like 9 years, then 10. Now it's 15.
And how long have you put in? How many points do you have?
I'm at 10 now, 11, I
Okay.
think.
So
10,
hopefully it doesn't
11.
go up.
It,
Fingers crossed it
it
doesn't go
was
up.
12 when I was at 10, it was 12. So now it's shot up to 15. So I'm
Really?
just like, holy shit. Like, and this is like one of the best zones for producing elk other than like the parks and stuff and the 300s. But it's just everybody knows about these elk, right? They only hand out a few draws. Same
So
thing with the
what's the reasoning for them upping? Is it just like, do they do
it's
counts and there's just,
demand.
oh, is it demand?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
That's the drawback of the priority point system is that there's always these like fads, eh? Like for the longest time, it was always like, oh, we're gonna go, we're like Waterton area, that area, and then it started becoming like, oh, we're going north. Now it's like the renaissances of hunting is we're going to Fort McMurray, we're going to, Grand Prairie, like we're just gonna keep going north, and it's like, man, like you're just screwing it up for those local guys. Like I get why people are doing that, trying to get away from the people, but you see these concentrations of applications just wipe everybody out. It's crazy. And then the zone shit, and then everybody abandons it, especially
Right.
for moose. For moose, you see that. Um, and it is what it is. Guys are just trying to find more opportunity. But I've noticed that like in the southern zones, man, people just are pounding it with the applications.
Is
And
that
that's
right?
what that creep's coming. Yeah, it's to the point where I'm like, oh, I might do second season because
Oh yeah.
it's they got first, second, I think third season.
Where are
And
you on antelope?
antelope, I'm back at square one with rifle, and I have I think a 30% chance. It might be higher. It depends on the quotas, right? If they increase quotas, I'll get bumped, and I could get it.
Right.
Um, but I think I'm at 6 years now, 6, 7.
Yeah, I
And
guess
that's
so.
in the zones I apply for. That's what it's at.
Yeah. That's
But
one of the funnest hunts.
yeah, it and I kind of took it as a challenge too because the landowner that I talked to that I'm pretty tight with, like I've been hunting there quite a few times now, because there's general mule deer on there too, hey.
Yeah. Oh, is there?
And yeah,
Oh,
for
like general
archery
season.
only. Yeah,
Okay.
archery only. And the one thing though is like he was just saying, he's like, yeah, if I shot an antelope with a bow, that'd be the first one that's ever been shot on his property.
Really?
Which is crazy to me because I shot that one with my rifle and we were like 80 yards and I could close the distance to 60.
Yeah.
So I mean that's
Would
kind
you ever
of the
shoot at it?
target.
Would you ever shoot at it at 80?
Mm, I guess it depends. I th- I'm pretty comfortable at 80. Um, but I don't know. They're pretty small. They're pretty
Pete,
fast.
Pete's texting the group right now.
Was
I'm
he
just gonna.
texting?
He's texting me and you. I'm gonna tell him we're on a
It's
podcast
tomorrow.
type shit.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
I'm not even gonna tell
Yeah,
him. What did he say?
yeah.
He said last practice round of 3D, and just 1 8 and the rest 10s and 11s. Whoop whoop.
He's
We're
just
going us.
obsessed with beating you, man. Like it's
Well,
getting
no, this is for
toxic.
the. Oh yeah.
He's just like everything. I swear, like sometimes with Pete, I'm like, I bet you in his garage, he's got this picture of you just shooting at it.
Or yeah, just
Beat you.
fuck. I know. Well, I mean, whatever. He can't punch any tags, so. So it's the 3D championships this weekend, the provincials, and he's
Provincials,
going
yeah.
to it. Yeah. And so I'm taking Wyatt and Bree because they're in the youth, but I can't
Yep.
shoot in it because I got number one is I don't want to fuck with my bow. I'd have to torque it down and I got to redo my tape and blah, 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 blah. Just more excuses. But anyway, I got to walk with Bree. So someone's got to take her. So Wyatt, I'm pretty sure he can go by himself. I'm hoping. Because I can't be in two places at once, but I'm pretty sure for him, because he's U15, I don't have to go with him. But U13, a parent has to be with the kid, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you get those youngsters in there, and man, who knows? I mean, I know I wouldn't want to be dealing with anybody else's kid,
No.
tracking them around a, 20.
Wyatt's pretty responsible, but I don't know. Some kids, they just pull her back and they're not aware, right? They're not
Well,
aware
and
of
just
people
too,
around
if
them.
and it's a
Right.
long day. It's probably going to be 4 or 5 hours, and so man, I don't know. Kids can be a lot. 5 hours rugging around the bush, and I don't know. But anyway, well, I'm not worried about Wyatt. But Bree, yeah, she's pretty young, so she's not.
Got his bow all patched up with the cams and all that shit going on.
Yeah. I replaced all that stuff. So we had to get him some new arrows. It was really windy one day, and some of the things a kid does, just drive me absolutely bonkers. I'm calling the line for the kids. And I'm watching him, and he's shooting at the target, and they're shooting at 50 meters, and none of the arrows are hitting the target.
Stop.
Yeah, stop what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Hold over or whatever. Just stop.
Yeah.
And it's he showed up with 8 and he left with 4. And I'm like, dude, painful, man. But it should be fun. But anyway, Pete, I know he's pretty jacked for it. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to the Canadians or not, Canadian championships. I told him he should because last year he placed second. So he's not getting any younger. That's for sure.
And honestly, you got those peak years, especially competition.
Yeah.
You can't be missing any years you could be in your peak, right?
Yeah. And as you get older, definitely my eyesight, I definitely notice is just
yeah.
I'm using a verifier now. And I had a number 4. I had to move it up to a number 5.
Oh yeah.
But it's funny too. If I'm reading, looking at the computer screen with my left eye, it's good. My right eye completely blurry. But distance wise, my right eye sees further clearer than my left eye. But I can't see anything up close. So literally, if I'm not shooting with the verifier, I can't see the pins.
That's crazy.
But you put a verifier in there and they're crystal clear. But funny story, when I was hunting in Manitoba, it was piss and rain and
fogged up.
I forgot. Well, it got wet. And you know what a lens is like when it gets wet, right?
Oh yeah.
Trying to see that.
Oh man.
So I need to come up with a little, I don't know, something to put around it. So I don't know, maybe somebody has some suggestions for that. But I ended up just the second time taking a piece of tape and just hooking it around that just to keep the water off it. But yeah, fogging up too, I guess, would be if you try to breathe on it or anything, maybe even holding it to your face that instant, when you're in the wintertime.
Yeah, that's like a worst nightmare type thing. I had a scope lock up on me where I couldn't change the parallax. Oh man. The whole scope was locked. Frozen solid. Turrets wouldn't turn. And I'm freaking out. There's elk and just freaking. I got through it. I did a holdover and shot him, but it just terrible. That's why I switched over to a little bit more serious optics. There's good scopes, but I just started consciously taking efforts to protect lenses and neoprene covers, and I use one of those full rifle covers.
Mm-hmm.
I won't use one again. I had the rifle sitting right beside me, and I don't know what it is, you get those sixth sense kind of thing where you're like, I just got a feeling that this trail there's gonna be an elk walking on it. I've shot elk in that area before with my bow, and I have my rifle with me, and I'm glass and just glassing my eyeballs out with solo. And I kept looking to my left. I'm like, okay, just keep looking, keep looking. And then I'm sitting there, I look over, and there's a freaking bull staring at me at 70 freaking yards. Like, oh my God. And that stupid cover was on my gun over the muzzle, and I freaking tried looping it. I couldn't get it off, and he's just like staring at me. I was in the shadows. I was smart enough about that, but he's just like, nope, I'm
He's
out
got
of
you
here.
pinged.
Freaking took the cover off, gun jammed. Oh, and hard,
Dude.
not like little, like real bad, like dented the case kind of thing. That's the whole problem with like without the drop mags. If you short stroke those hinge plates, that's why like a lot of people get real fired up for like, oh, I got this custom action and this custom stock and like all the bells and whistles, but then they just kind of glaze over the the adaptability, or like if it's adaptable with like your bottom hinge plate, if it's able to work correctly and everything is 100% like design wise. Because yeah, those old Remingtons, this is what it was, those old Remington just hit that hinge, slammed on that ramp, on that loading ramp, and just dented it. And it was just like, oh my God. So I single fed it. I missed my chance. Bull took off. I ended up killing a bull late season after that, but it prolonged my
Was it a
season.
nice bull?
It was a good bull. It fucking hurt. And I'm just thinking, like, I've been working my ass off. And this was it. That was my chance. I lost it. I fucked it up.
When I don't know, man, like, I fucked up like a lot of like animals. Nothing hurts more. Like, I swear to God, nothing hurts more than the big mule deer or the big elk that you fuck up. Like, I fucked up like blown stuff on like goat, sheep, moose, caribou, all the BC stuff, but nothing stings as much as like that 190 muley, that 6-point elk. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God. Heaven forbid it's bigger than that. But I mean,
Dude.
I've messed up so many like 190 close to 200-inch mule deer that I seriously wanted to stop hunting.
Yeah. I had that with a 200 and that 210 I showed you. Where I just brutal. Just too many things. Just all out, like if it was one thing, okay, I would have got that deer dead, but just not enough noise. Then there's too much wind, and then there's your bow is off because you're banging around stalks, like slamming your sight down. Now your third axis is out, and that's like one thing, okay, but you have all these things kind of snowballing, and then it's one of those deer, and you're just like you're shaky a bit. You're overly cautious when you should be aggressive, or you're overly aggressive when you should be. It's very tough.
I find like that's the shitty thing about like that's the thing. This is the sorrow you feel when you're hunting like those big like 210, because like know how rare that opportunity is. Do you know what I mean? Like if you blow a stock on just like a goat or sheep, it's like, okay, that I screwed it up. I'm gonna get another one, right? You just hunt hard enough, you're gonna get another one. But like a 210 mule deer, it's like, man, you might never even see that. Like, you might not see that for a few years. Do you know what I mean? It's like
last time I seen one was I was 13.
Yeah,
like a deer of that level, and luckily one of my, I think my second cousin shot that deer, and he went. I think after the auctions, he was in the 200s. Incredible deer. Looked like an elk. Smart too. There's hundred. Like I watched him. He was like, I didn't know what I was looking at. I'm like, what in the world? This is like, they look fake, especially when they're with other deer. Like the one that was from this past year, that was the one I was going after. That's why my season went so far into it. Like it went into rifle. I started making like 30 yards, and I'm rejecting 180-inch deer with my bow just because you see that deer and you're like, oh no, nothing else is gonna do. I have to relocate this deer. And he ended up getting event. I heard from guys down the pipeline that Just he ended up getting sniped by an American with a guide.
Oh, really?
And he went 210. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know I've passed up on like 6. I remember this one year I passed up on the 6x5 elk. I had him at 50 yards, second day of the season, archery only. Had him at 50 yards, feeding broadside. Could have killed him, no problem. Passed on. Because 2 days before the season opened, I seen a bigger 6x6, like really nice big 6x6. Never seen another legal bull all year.
Yeah.
100 hard, never seen a single one. And that's the thing. It's like, it's always hard. And I know, like, for mule deer, I passed up on some mule deer, but I mean, like, I was like, for a few years there, I was just hunting mule deer. You know, I wasn't focused on elk. I didn't even put draws in because I was just wanted to get I was just like so hooked on mule deer.
Yeah.
Like Robbie Denning, reading his book, man, this was a long time ago now, probably over 8 years ago, but like reading his book. Actually, no, it wasn't Robbie Denning's book. It was Kurt's book. Shit. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of his book. Kurt Darner's book. Great book. Have you ever read it? I'll send you it. I got it. It's killer, man. This guy's like top.
Yeah, I've read that one.
Robbie Denning hunted with this guy. So anyway, I read his book. And yeah, I just got hooked on mule deer. And then I just hunted, like, I was just like fixated on mule deer, like just totally obsessed with them. And like, that's all I hunted was mule deer. And it was like, I remember that first year, I don't even think I didn't get a mule deer, or did I get a mule deer? And I know I got a bear, spring bear. And I don't know, I either got a smaller mule deer, but then it was like 3 years in a row where I was just like totally obsessed with mule deer, where I was like only hunting those and like not worried about anything else, not whitetails, not nothing, right? Because like by the time I was done hunting the mule deer, I was just like gassed. I was like, I had nothing left in the tank.
Oh yeah, it's fatiguing. It's an obsession. It has to be. Otherwise, you're just not successful, right? Like that's the same thing. Like I actually read Robbie Denning's book right before I had that big.
I got both of them too. Yeah.
And I get it. I see how you almost have to put all your other interests, all your other hobbies, like fishing, everything, just kind of like what you're spending your thoughts on, right? Your energy scouting to find those big bucks, to really selectively target them in whatever zone you have, and permission and everything that's involved with that takes 100% commitment. You can't be sidetracked by elk, because then you're missing your chance, and you got to be switched on. You can't and when stuff goes wrong, stocks get blown up, you worry about, am I going to get it done? You have to be willing to fold up a tag on a 5-year draw, just eat the tag potentially, right? And that's what it takes. Like if you don't keep searching for those monarchs, like even in zones where and that's what a lot of this discussion with like changing our management plan for Alberta was with big mule deer. People are just frustrated because you're not seeing that trophy quality. And I was talking to Robbie about that, and he's just like, that's how it is though. Like people think that it's all about the priority, like these deer are, it's not just about age. They're more rare than that. They're freaks. They're not just things that are just population driven. They're just anomalies. Like they're so rare. They're more rare than a 400-inch bull elk. Some biologists have said, and to get chances at those deer, you have to be constantly. Oh yeah, how to find giant bucks.
Yeah, that's book. Can you see that screen there?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, look at the size of that buck he's got there. This guy, I'm going to send you this book, dude. I'll mail it to you. You got to read it.
Sounds good, man.
You just got to give it back to me after. But like,
yeah,
really good book. This guy was like, yeah, he was a stud. Like one of the best guy. Like I had Robbie on the show a long time ago, and like I was telling him, I was like, if I could talk mule deer with any other person other than Robbie, it was Kurt. So Yeah, I'll send you that book. But anyway, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, it's just like, and then you have your first success, because to me, I think like elk really favors aggression. Like you're loud, you're
Yeah.
aggressive, you make shit happen. If they don't close the distance, you make shit happen.
Yeah.
And mule deer isn't like that. It's
No, you got to play
more,
it totally different. Yeah, you
yeah,
got to be
totally different.
tactical, slow,
It's
methodical,
almost like
quiet.
artistic. Like the
Yeah.
stalks are have to be so perfect, and
Yeah.
things have to, like, luck is involved. The things
Yeah.
have to go your way to close the distance. So like, people that get it done on big mule deer, like, man, you are a stud, because it
Oh yeah.
takes complete commitment. Slow
Year
stalks
in,
like the belt.
year
Yeah.
out. Oh
Yeah. The
no.
shooting has to be 100% because they're farther shots, and
Yeah.
just how you have to drawing and then coming up,
There is
stuff like
better
that.
places to hunt mule deer though than BC and Alberta, especially bow hunting. Two hard
Yeah.
places on like the opposite spectrum where like BC's so most of BC is like really thick and you have to get in so close, and like to get in that close with those mule deer is almost impossible. And like where you are, it's all open, right? So there's like no, you
Yeah.
can't, there's no stocks aren't available. It's like almost ambush. You have to just be like, it's
A
so
lot
hard. But
of a lot of like, oh, I'm watching them till they get over this hill, and I have to like haul ass
yeah,
and hope the
run.
wind isn't changed, or just like that intermediate
Yeah,
subalpine timber, not the like real advantageous stuff where you're just like, oh, they seen me, just keep walking normal, and then just shadow them and hope
yeah,
that they go in a place where you can get them, right?
yeah. Well, and that's what I like when I remember when I would try if I, nothing going on, or if I blew a stock, I would just practice going in stalking on like does and like just practice my
Yeah.
stock and just practice and be like, well, fuck, man. Like,
Yeah.
then you just kind of learn, like, if it's too quiet, it's no good, especially, if it's too dry, September bow hunting, and like that stuff is so loud. And if you don't have any sound cover, well, good luck. Like they hear so well. And then it's just all it takes, right? Is just like a couple noises and they look and they may not see you, they may not smell you, but they hear something else. And then now they're on their feet. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
now you're fucked.
It's
So,
funny, just how they communicate with each other too. Like you'll see those little bucks.
yeah.
I had one blow at me hardcore. The old bucks didn't even listen to him. Like, this idiot doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know shit. It's just like they're just like humans.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm out of here. And I'm just like, oh, you guys are fucking dumb. You should have been listening to that little shit. Because he was trying to go and warn them, hey,
Yeah.
they run over to this older buck that was sleeping. And I literally, like, I'm like 3/4 the way through the stalk. I'm closing in on 50 yards on this buck. I just got to look at him at 30 yards sleeping. And I literally stood up and just went like this to like push him, get him scared to move him away. And he did blow, but that other deer that was just kind of woke up, looked down, and didn't even give a shit. It was
Really?
like, you're chicken shit. You don't know shit. And then went back to bed. And then
Really?
oh yeah, yep. Yeah, just weird. He must have been like constantly blowing at everything. And they
Must have
didn't.
been.
They heard him. They didn't give a shit. They're like, "Oh, go run away, then, idiot." And then
Yeah.
I'm 30 yards and I'm looking at this other buck. He wasn't wide enough. I didn't shoot him, but
No.
it's good to.
I wonder if that's a
practice
thing
that.
where the deer, there's one deer, how some deer, like anything, some bears are really, they get spooked really easy, same as
Yeah.
some deer. I wonder if other deer can sense that, where they're like, oh, it's just Jack, he's
I wonder that
being
too.
a drama queen, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing there. It's a fucking rabbit. Like, this guy's
Yeah.
getting a little carried away again.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. Because they must know each other. Like they're vocal, and like they read each other's body language a lot, right? And like,
Yeah.
but most of the time, like one deer goes, it's like they all go. They're like, I don't
Yeah,
know where we're
usually.
running. I'm gonna run anyway because he's running.
Usually, I think it depends on pressure. Like, these deer weren't that pressured
Yeah,
because
could
I
be
was
too.
hiking into like the worst of the worst area. Like the last time I had shot a deer in there, my buddy and we packed them out, and it was like 15K of hell. Just brutal.
Love
Just,
those.
yeah. Packed them all out in one, and then had to like run the last 3K just to get back to a truck. And ask a landowner to drive in, and it was just brutal. But those are the pack outs you remember when the soreness is gone and everything's all good, and you got a set of horns on the wall and the meat's gone. That's what you remember.
It's always the unfortunate, not unfortunate, just the hard stuff or the shitty stuff that you remember, like the blown stock, the heavy pack out. It's never well, he died right on, he ran right to, really close. He ran 800 yards towards my truck. So it was perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He ran uphill for me, so I didn't have to pack him uphill. Yeah. Yeah, man. So what else we got going on? I got a funny story for you. I'm going to tell you. So I bought a new little back country, like a little, what is it? It's an Explorer Sport Track. You know what those are? Those little 4-door pickups, short box.
Yep.
Like an Explorer, but with a pickup.
Yep.
So I've been looking for a while because I had a Nissan Xterra and it was just junk. Like I bought the thing and it had electrical problems, and then it was like suspension problems, and it was like fuel filter or fuel pump, and it's just never ending with this thing. So I got rid of it. So I buy this thing, and really good condition. The previous owner, he took really good care of it. So I get some plates for it, and I tell the kids and the wife, I'm like, hey, give me a ride to the west side there, and I'm gonna go pick up this new vehicle I bought. So we all go over there, and they're looking at it. I'm putting the plates on. I put my wallet on the bumper, and I drive away. Right? I'm just excited. Driving away. Right? Forget about my wallet on the bumper. Get home, park, and then we have dinner. And then after dinner, I'm like, hey guys, why don't we go to get some popsicles or something from the store? We'll take the new little buggy out. Go look for my wallet. Can't find my wallet. I'm like, oh, I must have dropped it up where we bought it at the guy's house, right? So I sent him a message. He doesn't answer. And then as we're getting closer, he's like, I'll go have a look. And I was already there. So look around. He comes out. He's like, sorry, I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, shit. And I had $300 cash in it, right? Not the end of the world. I go online. I start looking at like my online, I go sign into online banking. Somebody found it. It must have fallen off the road. All of a sudden, cha-ching, cha-ching, somebody with my credit cards and my debit cards walking around to each store in West Kelowna, just tapping cards, right? So I had my business credit card, my business debit, my personal credit, and my personal debit. So they're walking around just ding, 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 ding,
what
ding.
What a douche.
Yeah, and $2,000 in about 2 hours. What? So instantly I call, get them all canceled, right? And the next day, like I had my pal was in there, all my ID, everything, right? I got nothing, the whole wallet. And like whatever happened to the old days where it was like finder's fee, right? I had $300 in my wallet. Yeah, okay, that's a finder's fee. Take the money, you drop the wallet off. Drop it off at the police station, or just throw it in the mailbox and keep the cash, right? It's finder's fee. I'm good with that. So next day I had to go down, file a police report, tell them my pal was stolen. I had to get the police report number, submit it to my bank, my credit card companies. They refunded me all the money on the credit cards, not the debit cards. So new one showed up yesterday. First thing I did, went down there and I got the tap taken off my cards. So my wife did the same thing. My wife did the same thing the next day. Well, it used to be that thing was like $50 and then $100 max a day. And then it turned into now it's $300 and it's just unlimited tap, tap, tap. You could go and tap at every store. So, I mean, like, that's what they were doing. They're just running around tapping, right? And I think my credit cards are $100. My personal debit is $100, but my business is $3. You could tap $300. But I don't think they knew that because there was nothing over. But they're like going to the vape shop and like,
oh yeah,
going to like Lord Co. and they buy $4 and then take out $100 cash. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the old degenerates. Yep.
Yeah, London drugs, and then they went to this phone store and bought themselves some minutes for a phone. So I got all this information. I wrote down the times of each transaction. I was talking to my credit card, and I gave that to the constable that's handling that claim. So I never heard back from him, though. It probably never went anywhere. So buggers.
That's brutal, man. Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, and like I was telling the RCMP officer who's handling it, it's like it's my own fault. I'm the one who lost it, but like she said, she's like, well, it's not your fault you went and tapped all your, like it's not your fault they went and stole your cards and didn't really steal them. They found them and they're going out tapping. But still, like I said, the old, whatever happened to the old days where you take the money out of the wallet and then you drop off the wallet at the police
Or
station.
you don't take any money, you just return it. I've had that before where you just return the wallet.
Yeah. That's man, that's like, really stand up. You don't nowadays. Oh, well, I mean, I shouldn't say nowadays, but just like less and less, you're seeing that.
Like, I'm a firm believer that if you're a nasty prick to everybody, that you're gonna get it. That's all. Maybe that's to it.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe somehow I'm just a real nasty SOB. If you ask Pete,
no.
I guarantee he'd say it.
I think about that during elk season. I'm like, did I do enough good to deserve a bull? Please.
That's all of a sudden like September 1st rolls around and everybody gets religious. It's just donations all the time.
Yeah, please. Yeah. I've been good.
At the church. Yeah, they're bringing soup. Yeah. They're bringing cans of soup and going through the pantry, bringing in their stock.
Man. That's superstitious shit. Like I'm all for it. I got like crosses in my truck and freaking horseshoes they have up all year, and I just flip them upside down and all sorts. Anything to increase my chances.
Man, it's I never realized how superstitious I was. Like when I was bear hunting with Mock, I think he brought it up and he's like, "You're superstitious, eh?" And I never even thought about it, but it's like you have a good day hunting, and it's like the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. I'm wearing this because I had like 2 sets of base layers and like 2 sets of camo.
Yep.
And I was like wearing the same base layers, wearing the same socks, all the same stuff that I had in the morning, just like totally superstitious. Be like, nope, I'm not going to ruin it. This is what I wore. It worked. So it's got to be that.
Yeah. I think it helps you though, because like being superstitious, I think helps keep you humble. It helps keep you like, oh, things could not work if I don't do these certain things in a row, because I have that every time I have an easy season where it's like I shoot a bull on like the first day or something. I'm just like, oh, I will be punished for this. Yeah. I'm going to be punished. Next year, I'll be punished.
Somewhere I always think about that.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 weeks now instead of it being, I can live with one. Then it's going to be 2 weeks where I'm pounding the bush, trying to find an elk, and I'm not going to see any elk because it was easy this time. And then just when like legit, like I shot a bull and then I went to go hunt mule deer, and the mule deer educated me that I knew jack shit. That's how it is. Like
took you down a peg or two.
You thought you're good? You suck.
Yeah, you need that. You need it once in a while. Yeah, you do. And I remember one time I had that hard, and it was like having a good season. It was like mule deer, elk, had a moose draw, had a good spring, 2 bears. And like everything was rolling right, and it's like, man, I can't do anything wrong. And I was like, I was kicking ass, and then going to whitetail season, first day in the bush, rattling this beautiful big 3-point, like massive 3-point, biggest 3x3 I've ever seen. He comes down broadside 40 yards. I stop him, drop to my knees, draw back, and shoot right over his back. And then that was it. And it was like, man, I needed that because like if I would have dropped that deer, I'd have been so cocky. Oh yeah, it would have went right to my head. And like I told my wife, and I think I told Pete too. I'm like, I needed that because I needed it to get set back in my place and be like, you know what, like,
yeah,
it ain't that easy, buddy. You've had a ring of good luck here, but it ain't that easy. So
yeah, it keeps you awake up here.
Yeah, it does because
you're driven, right?
Yeah, well, and then you get complacent too, right? And then you start, if everything's working, you start to get sloppy habits, right? Yeah, exactly.
Stop working out. Oh, I got it done. Whatever. And then you're shooting less, and you got
and then next thing you know, you're at the range, you're shooting, not working about this, just worried about 3D shoots and going to the provincials and not having any D-loop material.
And you're old.
10-year old, not naming any names, but somebody's not here, so we're gonna pick
Oh
on.
man. No, it's exactly like that though. It is. Anytime I think oh man, you're a good bow hunter. I'm like, hold that thought. Hold that
Yeah.
fucking thought. You're gonna get educated. You're gonna be punished
It's
for that.
coming. It's
It's
coming.
coming. That ego it's betraying you. You don't know
Oh yeah.
shit. Just when you think you got it figured out, you are fucked.
Yeah,
It's
man.
gonna educate you. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's so true. I
Yeah,
think
man.
I got to do a full setup here now that I'm back. I'm shooting arrows. I got 400 fletchings ahead of me here. I gotta weigh them, put them in batches. That's what I'm gonna do. Is just weigh all my components. I way overbought just so I can weigh all my components, then do a full build
Fuck,
out.
you're going right gangster on it, eh? Everything, like
Yeah.
weighing each fletch, put them in
Yeah.
piles.
Yep.
Are you gonna
Yep.
go down to like glue? Too
Yeah.
much glue, not enough
So I
glue.
was trying
As
to
long
figure
as
out
they
how to
don't look
do that.
like. That's how Pete adds weight to his back. That's how he stiffens his shaft. He just puts so much glue on his veins. He's adding weight to the back of his
I was
arrow.
looking at that. I'm like,
It's-
that looks like a burn victim. It's like, holy shit, that's a lot of glue. Like, freaking ain't coming off though. That's for
oh
sure.
no, no, you're
Yeah,
never getting those off.
I was trying to figure out a way to like uniformly put the X amount of glue on each one, but
Yeah, it's
like
tough.
I had already I weighed out all my arrow shafts, squared them all out, and then I squared them to be the same weight.
Oh yeah, okay.
So redid
Like
that,
down
and
to
then
how picky do you be?
0.2 of a grain.
Dude,
Yeah,
you're an animal.
I can't stand that. Like I can't like because reloading, I'm so obsessive like that. It takes me so long now. That's the problem. It's like I only have so much time and the kids and
Yeah,
fishing trips and hunting, and I should be shooting and I should be lifting weights. So I'm pushing my weights to 4. I'm gonna be getting up. So I've been getting up. I've been slipping because I had that trip, but I'm gotta push my cardio into the AM major just to open up the day, just because
yeah.
otherwise I'm slacking on shooting. I'm pushing weights in the evening. Hey,
Yeah,
just to
I
get
have
some
not
extra
been
time.
shooting as much as I should. I signed up for this marathon so it's the last Boston qualifier for the year. And now that I'm a year older, I actually get my time goes up to qualify for Boston by like 12 minutes or something
Oh,
like
there you
that.
go.
So I'm like, huh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
So, but like, yeah, it's tough, man, because like, and like, I got like knee pain. I've been seeing a knee specialist and stuff, and like, they're like, well, and you do realize, like, in order for your body to recover, you need to like focus on sleep. They're like, you'd be better off sleeping more and training and running less to run further. And I'm like, that makes no sense to me. And I'm like, well, they're like, well, your body has to heal. Unless it has sleep,
Yeah.
it's not going to heal. Like your body's just like, if you have 7 hours of sleep, it's just going to be maintaining.
I hate sleep.
Oh,
I
it's me too,
hate
dude.
sleep.
I fucking hate
I
it.
hate it. I used to reload till like 2 a.m, go to work at 5 all the time
I know.
because I just hate it. I thought it was just such a huge
Such a waste of time. I know.
Waste
It
of
drives me
time.
nuts. I say that to
Yeah.
everyone, and like my wife, she just looks at me and shrugs. She's like, "What the fuck? You're a lunatic." But like, imagine how much you could get done if you didn't have to sleep. And it's funny we need sleep, but I mean, I don't want to get into that because obviously I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it's not healthy.
no,
I just see it as just you want to do all these things.
yeah.
And
So
it's
anyway,
not
so
possible.
I'm doing 4 runs a week, 3 like a long, 2 paces, and then some speed work. But yeah, I do those in the morning, and then I have all this other shit to do, like because I need to work on flexibility in my ankles, and then I got this other stuff I got to do, and then like to weight train is like I have to bump my weight training back to like an hour from like 4:30 to 5:30 right before dinner. But like if something comes up, it's like it's screwed, and it's like, but then
Getting
it's like,
bumped.
yeah, and then it's like because right now the kids are good, they don't have anything going on from like after school to dinner, so there's nothing going on anymore for that, so I can get it in. Where before it was like 3:30 was like figure skating, come home, take the kid to soccer, you know what I mean? And then after,
Yeah.
it's just like always something. But right now it's kind of a little more chill, so I'm moving a workout back to like 4 to 5:30, 4 to quarter to 6, and I'm only doing 3 of those a week. But man, it's still tough. And then it's like the shitty thing about working out in the like why I like working out in the mornings is because your body's recovered enough so you can shoot. You're not shaky. Because like man, you go pound out some like chest and back, and like if you're only doing it once a week, you got to get 20 reps. You got to get 20 sets in. So like man, I'm gassed by the end of it. I'm pounding in these workouts in like an hour and 15 minutes, and then like you go have dinner and like you go to shoot, and it's like man, you're still shaky.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I hate. And I just haven't been like, I have not been like focusing on, and plus, like I was saying earlier, like my peep sight is driving me absolutely, like not being able to see my pins clearly is frustrating beyond belief. Like I can't even express how frustrating it is. And like I shoot with both eyes open. And so it's a little better if I close one eye, but I don't like shooting with one eye closed. I don't know why. It's really uncomfortable to me because I've shot so long with both eyes open. I think that I don't know.
Yeah,
I got to
it's
figure
unnatural.
out.
It's fatiguing. Yeah, it is fatiguing. I shoot with both eyes open too. Same thing with like long range rifle. Just because it's you close your non-dominant eye and then you keep both eyes open after.
Yeah, okay. Well, like, and I was telling Pete too, and I was like, because we were messaging back and forth, and I showed him first 4 arrows at 70 yards. It was 67 yards actually, and they were tight, like 3-inch grouping, maybe a little looser, like 3.5, maybe even 4-inch grouping. First 4 arrows, and some got tighter, but then after like 20, like close to 30 arrows, all of a sudden like everything started opening up, and that's what I noticed, right? Like my eyes started getting really tired, and like it just like that pin gets blurrier and blurrier and blurrier as I shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, I don't know.
That's frustrating
as hell.
And then you're frustrated, and then you're practicing frustrated, and that's never a good equation.
No, and I'm also fatigued from the workout, like the lifting weights part. So it's like, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough to balance everything, but yeah, what do you do, eh? Can't all be Pete and just like have all day to just, sleep in, get lots of sleep, get his 10 hours a day and go to work still and, lounge or maybe get a few arrows in at work.
Oh yeah. That would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice.
It would be. But
yeah, I was thinking about getting a target at work. It's mostly for one of my work colleagues because bought a brand new bow, hasn't even shot it. Can't believe it. I'm just like, man.
I know a few guys who are like that, and they're like, "Well, I got to set it up." I'm like, "Well, go set it up." Like, I can't wait. As soon as I get a bow, it's like,
oh yeah, I'm itching. I'm shooting in my garage.
I'm itching. Yeah, to shoot the thing. Yeah, throw some arrows in it. Yeah, for sure.
I did commit. I am shooting my bow every day, no matter what. Even if it's a couple arrows just in my garage.
Yeah, something. I got to be better. I totally got to be better. Even if it's like just going outside for 15 minutes and shooting 12 arrows.
A couple. Yeah.
Shooting 12 really, really good arrows. And then, you know what I mean? Like grab 12 arrows, go outside and just shoot like over a minute each arrow. Like take your time, shoot 12 really good arrows. It's 15 minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
I got to do that because I'm testing. Like I got that OM P fletching, so I'm gonna do the full. Like I got everything. Like I'm going full out with everything. Like all the fletchings, all the components are all weighted and grouped, and then I'm gonna do a max helical left, 3-degree left with a helical clamp with that OMP. So I'm using the easy fletcher for the max helical, and then the OMP and then I'm gonna do a right 3-degree with helical right as well, and then just test them. I got to get a new string though. I'm starting to see some string separation near the cam. So
yeah, and then you're gonna put a new. Are you gonna do your cables too, or just a string?
Yeah, everything. Yeah. To that.
Then you're gonna see difference in your bow, and it's gonna fuck.
Yeah. So that's why I'm gonna get my arrows like done. So I'm only gonna do I'm gonna try my best to segment them into good arrows that looks like those Rip TK arrows, like the elites. They're good.
Yeah, they're good.
Like I don't gotta worry about straightness. So
no,
I'm just gonna do them in 3-packs, and I'll start practicing. But I'm gonna probably get get a new string on here like ASAP, and then that will determine what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to do that Firewire because I can't get your custom strings unless I ship my bow out to you. So
yeah, they need that there, but yeah, I mean
that's what I'm
I
going to
don't
do.
know.
And then shoot them and see what they do and shoot them with broadheads. I always shoot with broadheads. That's the thing. I'm like every time I like practice, I'm shooting broadheads because it's so windy. I'm always like, especially with those micro Hades, I'm still trying to like get a really good feel for what they do in the wind because I need to know my limits, because you get a crosswind of 20, 30K and it starts drifting.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to know what they're doing for sure. I want to try those carnivore.
Oh yeah, they're smaller. I've looked at those. They're just a little bit smaller cutting diameter than the ones I'm running.
Yeah.
The razor cut 1 3/8.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
The razor cuts I like because the arrowhead itself, I've shot directly through ribs on moose and on elk. And because of the way that it's almost like a flattened head, it cracks, and as it hits in there, it twists through it.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing I like. I'm sure that's causing some deflection because I did shoot one bull at that like really close and there was a little bit of deflection. So I'm sure that's causing a little bit of deflection. Yeah. But those like super pointy tips, they pierce in, but they don't seem to punch through the same way.
No.
So I'm curious with the carnivores.
I'd really like to try those beast broadheads. Have you seen those? How they have that bone. So like when they hit bone hard, they retract.
They just kind of swivel through. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when they go back through the bone, they open up again.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen
those. Those look cool. Yeah. They're expensive. They're hard to get too. And like trying to get them to Canada might be a nightmare. I don't know.
Yeah.
Getting anything up here is fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I'm sure you could get them eventually.
Yeah, eventually. I don't know if anyone...
Probably not in time, honestly, because 2 months from now I'll be hunting. So
yeah,
it's getting a little close.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things you'd have to plan ahead, which obviously I'm not because it's already end of June here. So,
and honestly, I like to stick with what I know. Like, it's
me
really
too,
hard.
man. Like, I like those Grim Reapers, man. I just love them. I don't know.
Same.
I just love the way they fly. I just love everything about them. So, like, I was telling Pete too, and because we were talking about fixed, and like the last hunt I went on, I was using those fixed blades, and I was like, man, I wish I had those Grim Reapers just for the blood trail. Like,
yeah. I shot a bull last year with a fixed, and first thing I thought, I'm like, why isn't he dead?
Yeah.
They die slower. That's what I found. I'm like, like they don't react the same. Like I shot that bull and it was like, boom, pass through.
And too, when it hits
through his lungs,
you could tell right from the sound. Like if that is hitting rib cage, you could tell. Like as soon as those blades open up, it's like, whack. It's like taking an oar and smacking a piece of wood.
Yeah.
I just love that.
And I shot that bull. I backed out and I seen him bed, and it was a quartering away shot. It's not a shot I wouldn't have taken with fixed or mechanicals, but I went and I texted and hooked up my phone and sent some text messages and called my wife and just said bull down, like he's good. I go back to that thing and he's on his feet, and I'm like, whoa, never seen that. With that shot, like my mechanicals, I don't know, man. No, they react instantly. They're like, oh, I'm hurt. I'm laying down. This one, he's getting up.
I think it's the cut that's going on inside. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like the
diameter.
Overall cut diameter that those things have.
Yeah.
I think I'm convinced that's what it is.
It has to be.
Like, because they do so much damage internally that they're just like, man, I gotta lay down here. It's not good.
Yeah, and we're not talking about low power stuff here. Like we're both shooting, 70 plus and good draw length and hard hitting arrows. that's where people kind of misconstrue, like, oh, we're saying use mechanicals if you got a 27-inch draw and you're shooting 60 pounds. Well, probably not. Like, obviously on an elk, but like use what's going to get you to the vitals, right? But for our setups, like anything's going to work. You can have a piece of sheet metal and you're probably going to be okay. It's just so then you get to the point where you're like, okay, so the preferences, well, obviously, you're going to have some issues with some shots, like clipping the guts, quartering away hard with mechanicals. It's a risk, but the reward is worth it for me because I'm never going to try and push that anyway. I've learned that if you just wait, you're probably going to be presented with a better shot. You just wait.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing though, is like shot placement is huge. And with those mechanicals, it allows you to have near perfect shot placement.
Yep. After I shot that moose, I'm convinced.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
convinced, man.
I
Broadside,
put those,
freaking pass-throughs into the dirt. One was stuck in a tree. Granted, I was 40 yards, but
some big animals, those things pass right through. I mean, and that's the thing is, like you said, though, we're shooting bows that are thrown massive kinetic energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're shooting, a smaller draw length, shooting 58, 60 pounds, you definitely want to think about something different. But
have you thought about like what's going on with guys building these like ultra light arrow setups? Like, have you thought about like, have you even like I thought about like going a little bit lighter, but there's guys going like 430.
Yeah,
me,
I don't know,
so
man.
light.
Like the thing is right now, my arrow setups are so freaking dialed.
Yeah.
That I just don't want it. Like for some reason, I don't know. You know what? This is what it was. I had these broadheads. I had a whole bunch of them, and I was like, man, I'm gonna be so close. It doesn't matter, right? Like we're in a stand. Like I could throw this thing. It's going to be a spear. And so I was like, I'm just going to use these just to use them. So I'm not wasting them. Just, you spend 70, $80 on a 3-pack, you want to see them get put to use. So I think that's why I put those on. But yeah, like instantly, the difference. And it's funny because Landon shot that big bear with mechanical and instantly it like hit it, blew through it. And I was like,
oh yeah,
fuck, I need those. I don't have any here though.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I used to have like my Grim Reaper mechanicals and the fix. Every time I'm reaching for that mechanical, I'm like, I don't even know why I have those other ones with me. Like,
no,
really?
I know. And the thing is, like, I've had those Grim Reapers. One has failed on me on a whitetail when it was super cold. Some snow was falling on the arrow on the broadhead mechanical. And it just sat there and it froze and it froze it up, right? Obviously, it's minus 25, and that's my fault. But other than that, they've just been like bulletproof. Other than that one instant, and like, shit's gonna fail, right? I mean, like that to me, that was my fault. I shouldn't have had it just sitting out. Now, lesson learned. I learned it the hard way, right? But yeah, that was the only thing. They just froze and they didn't open. But I mean, it was so cold then. I probably shouldn't have been hunting. So fucking cold.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah.
It's so relatable.
Yeah, man. Like that it's cold when you're sitting there and all of a sudden you're freezing, but then all of a sudden you get elation, like you're like, oh man, I start feeling warm. And you're like, okay, it's time for me to go. Yeah, it's time for me to start taking off your clothes.
Oh man, that's
probably time to go.
That's what's so wrong with all the crazy technological advancements with clothing. Like my wife got me some icebreaker, like the 260s. I can hunt in minus 30 now. My shit can't. My freaking binoculars don't work.
Yeah, nothing's gonna work. Yeah.
Always like,
strings are frozen. They snap when you go to drop. Yeah.
Like release. Like, did I clean the gunk out of the release mechanism? Like, I'm just like,
like if you're sitting there holding. Yeah, like if you say you got your hands in your pocket though, and your release is in your hand, you're using a handheld. It's condensation right now. All of a sudden, you pull it out, goes from warm to cold.
Yep. And
That's just to sit at home.
I don't know. I can't do that.
Minus 60s. Fucking.
Can't do that, man.
Yeah.
Can't do
I can't
that.
either, man. That's the thing. I can't either.
Feel like I'm missing out, man.
I
That's
know.
what
If
it
there's an
is.
opportunity, I got to take it. And like, it's funny. Pete and I were texting back and forth, and he's like, well, I can either go bear hunting or I can go to the Fernie 3D shoot. And I was like, sent him a
Bear
straight
hunting.
face. And I was like,
Bear hunting.
and he sends me a question mark. And I was like, you know what I do, buddy?
Yeah, bear hunt.
Like,
Every
I
day.
know. Yeah, every day.
Every
if you got
day.
an opportunity to hunt, especially bow hunt,
Yeah.
fucking bow hunt.
There'll be targets after if they try and ban hunting. Who knows? You know what I mean? Or hunts get
I don't even
harder
like
and harder
thinking
and
about that.
draws. And dude, I think about it all the time. I think about I'm like, this is the time. There is no better time than now. You need to get out there. You got to hunt your guts out. You got to take every opportunity that you can. Like even my wife was saying, like I've shot a number of bulls. I've been very fortunate. With mule deer and stuff like that. She's like, you've achieved what you wanted to achieve. Now's the bonus. You gotta go as hard as you can.
Yeah.
There's just too many things that could happen. Or you get a debilitating injury and you can't hunt the way you wanted to.
Yeah,
The
you
way
can
you
still get
envisioned.
out there
You
though.
could still get out there.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
you
think
still get
though,
out there, but
you still-
like the backcountry stuff, like certain things you want to achieve, like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to shoot a bull in this zone. I want to try and kill a bull in those mountains, you got
Yeah.
to just get out there and get after it.
As long as you could do it though, I think you'd be okay with it. Like if you had something that was debilitating, but it still allowed you the opportunity to get out, because like all of a sudden you're gonna have new challenges, right? Like everything in life, say you ended up in a wheelchair. Well, all of a sudden life got really fucking hard. What used to be simple is now very challenging. And I think that hunting would be the same thing, right? You'd have to learn how to hunt all over again. Not that you couldn't do it and couldn't be successful. You just have to be ultimately a better hunter, right? Because you're going to be limited on what you're going to do. But if you just didn't have the opportunity to go at all and you could still run around and do all this other shit, I think you'd be losing your freaking mind. I know, you know what I mean? Like I would be going freaking bonkers if all of a sudden it said, we're not going to let you hunt anymore. Like I would rather be in a wheelchair and still have the okay.
Yeah.
I retract that.
I know what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
Well, and two, like
I don't mean that like literally. I mean like, you know what I mean? Like if I had to
I'd
choose
rather
whether
have
being in a
chance.
wheelchair, yeah. I still want the opportunity to do it though. You know what I mean? Like
and overcome things. Yeah. I 100% I get what you're saying. I just Alberta.
Oh, dude, BC's
We're
worse.
just too close. We're just like we're on the edge. Like
dude,
it's gonna be
BC.
parks. No hunting, parks.
I don't want to get into
tourists.
this conversation. Like this is a slippery slope conversation. I don't want to say stuff that
I know. We all know what we're talking about. But it's just I think about that stuff, and I think about too about like, the awesome the awesome relationships that I have with some landowners and people that I like, they're really close friends, and to like have that shared experience of hunting and the whole process. I just really cherish that whole process of the training, the practicing, the getting out there and executing a plan, and just like the spectacle of it, right? And just the thought of like,
the lifestyle.
If I'm not giving it my 100%, I'm not doing it right.
Dude,
I could have had a bigger bull, or I could have went farther, or I could have
I don't do shit just to do
maybe
it. Yeah.
Got my kid a better buck, like half-hearted shit. No, go all in.
It's all in or nothing. That's the way I am. Too. It's either all in or I'm all out. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Like it'd be really weird. I almost feel like the States has it way more figured out than we do. Do you know what I mean? Like they have. It's like when you think of Canada, you think of like how vast our country is and like how much opportunity we should have, and like it just
we
like
don't have our shit together right now.
No, but it's in such a bad spot. I don't even see I just see it getting.
There's just no value in the tradition of it, right?
It's fucking
it's
exactly.
Just like, it's barbaric. It's that. It's like, well, do you understand that? I've been doing this. My father's been doing it. My uncle's been doing it. My kids are doing it. My
Yeah, man.
grandfather,
That's
his
four
grandfather,
four
since
generations right there.
like the
Yeah.
1600s, my family's been doing this. Like, I
Yeah.
just don't know like how you say no. Like,
I know.
it's part of the way you do things. You hunt, you fish, you work, it's part of the whole deal, right?
Yeah, that's it. The whole deal.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know, man. I'm optimistic though, because I look at my kids and like how much they love getting out. I took them out last weekend and man, they just love it. And I would just like be so upset if their opportunity wasn't like, I'm
yeah.
not going to say the same as mine because obviously that's not possible because even the opportunities I had when I was growing up aren't available anymore. But just like some
But you can
opportunity.
create opportunities. You can create better opportunities. You can, there are doors that close that you can't. That's what I'm talking about, right? Like
Yeah.
permission or draw odds or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I think having youth get more involved in this is the direction you need to be going, because you're going to get a lot more opportunity, I think, if you put a lot of effort into finding, locating new areas,
Yeah.
getting them involved. They
As
get
long as the
permission better than
opportunity is
adults.
still there. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you got the seasons and
That's what
I
concerns
don't know.
me is like these things just slowly go to LEH. Like caribou. Caribou goes to LEH. Whereas like caribou
Yep.
used to just be like
Yep.
open everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
even down in parts of Region 5, it was just open. And then it goes to
Yeah,
LEH in the province. And then all of a sudden it gets taken off LEH. And it never comes back. And then all of a
that's
sudden
my
moose
concern with the mule deer. Yeah.
and then these
And then before
opportunities
you
and
know
it's
it, you're
like, well, my
hardly
kids
hunting.
don't get the opportunity to hunt caribou at all. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm talking about. Or if it's then it's not
Yeah.
caribou, then it's something else. It's sheep. Like there's certain things like in BC, I don't think like goat, black bear, things like that. Deer. I feel like deer will be the last. Deer will go extinct before before you're not allowed to hunt them. Like I just feel like
Oh
there'll
yeah.
always be
Oh yeah.
deer. Like the deer will
Yeah.
just be like, well, there's no mule deer left, so
Yeah.
good luck. We'll give you a tag
Yeah.
still, but you can't find any. So
I was shocked they brought back the mountain goat draw.
oh really?
Population's good enough. They brought it back.
Well, that's a bonus.
Yep. It's still lottery. You can build points. It's just a straight lottery, but that was encouraging. I was
Did you put in for
shocked
it?
to see them post it.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Did
Hell yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's one you got to just put in for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I know the area well. I've seen them hunting for elk. Like normally what we'll do is like we'll locate the elk, and the way the wind is in some of these valleys, we'll just get really high up on them and then drop down on them.
Oh yeah.
And when you're up there, you see the goats.
Yeah.
So, but it's a hope in hell, right? Like even some of like the sheep draws I put my wife in, she always gets the manuscript, like the invoice, like says here you put him for bighorn sheep for me. I'm like, yep.
We never know. I do that too. I put my
Everything,
kids
anything.
in. Yeah, I put my kids and I tell my dad make him put in for, all these. We have like sheep and goat in the park close to us, and it's
Yeah.
like I tell him to put in. He puts in for those, and it's like very, very low percentage chance of getting it. But I mean,
Yeah.
you never know. It's a hunt that he could do. He could still do that hunt, right? We can make it work for him. So you never know.
Yeah, that's like my bighorn sheep. It's archery only,
Yeah.
because I figure I'm only gonna get so many chances to hunt sheep in general, so
Yeah.
I might as well go for the ultimate achievement, which would be with a bow, because I'm probably only gonna get one chance at them. So why not go for where
Yeah.
I'm just already in bow season, right?
Yeah. No doubt.
It's just the odds, right? It's just whether or not you get it this time around or 13 years. That's a problem with those draws. Like my uncle's done it quite a few times, and he shot some amazing rams with his bow. And he says it's just a waiting game. He's like, you may never get it because it's like a 13% chance no matter what. And you have to build priority to a certain level before you even can get any chance. And then it's lottery from then on.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it works out. Be cool to get. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Maybe we'll wrap her up.
Yeah.
We said a quick chat and I looked down, it's 8:15.
Yeah.
So
yeah, time flies, man.
Yeah, brother. Okay, man. We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
Maybe next time Pete will join us.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows though. Okay, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Friends of NRA is your chance to support our Second Amendment rights and preserve America's hunting traditions. Join Friends of NRA at one of our 600 exciting events nationwide. From games to auctions and exclusive firearms, Friends of NRA events are your chance to support a cause you care about while having a great time with patriots in your community. Whether you're a seasoned shooter, an avid hunter or outdoorsman, or passionate about freedom, there's a place for you within Friends of NRA. Visit friendsofnra.org to find an event near you. Stand up for freedom with the Friends of NRA. Friends of NRA is your chance to support our Second Amendment rights and preserve America's hunting traditions. Join Friends of NRA at one of our 600 exciting events nationwide. From games to auctions and exclusive firearms, Friends of NRA events are your chance to support a cause you care about while having a great time with patriots in your community. Whether you're a seasoned shooter, an avid hunter or outdoorsman, or passionate about freedom, there's a place for you within Friends of NRA. Visit friendsofnra.org to find an event near you. Stand up for freedom with the Friends of NRA.